Hello everyone, and Shabbat Shalom, Happy Pesach Sheni, and it's a very special day. I call it the second chance holiday. And I want to talk today about one idea that I think everyone that read this Parashat Emor, I think you can think about this idea. So try to share with you this idea. And when you're reading the parasha, so the beginning of the parasha is talking about the priest, the Kohanim, and kind of give us like different commandments, different laws that the Kohanim need to do. And many questions you can read it and say, hey, I thought we have all Israel are equal, like there's no difference. So why did Kohanim need to be different? And that's the one question. And I guess maybe it's the same question that Korach asked. Like all the community are holy, why you are more than others? That's one question. Why do you need priests at all? Why everybody can bless everyone? Why everybody can just make his own sacrifice? Why do you need actually a group from Israel to be better than others? And even if you say, okay, in every area in life there is hierarchy, I mean there's people that is more important than others because they have more responsibility or because they expect them more things. Like in academic, like professor is better than students, and so many army, the chief commanders are better than just a simple soldier. But really we said, okay, we agree with the world of hierarchy, like not put everybody as equal, but the difference need to be based on knowledge or about experience or about skills. Why? But all these three, we can see that the Kohanim are actually better people or more smart or have better skills. And that's the second question. And the third one is, if we're looking about what are actually being commanded, so the expectation need to be higher. So except that maybe they need to be more righteous, maybe they need to behave better, and for example, when we look about our politics, so we expect them to be a model for others. So maybe things that other people can do, he or she or the leaders can't do it. And this makes sense. But if we're looking about the different laws that they need to do, it's not exactly immoral things. Let's take the first one, for example. They can't go to a cemetery. They can't become impure. Only if their own family, father, mother, son, etc. Why? It's a big mitzvah to go to a funeral. Why they can't go to a funeral? The second thing is they can't get married to a divorced woman. And this is also, it's a big mitzvah to get married. And what divorced woman is not a crime, it's just a part of life. So if you talk this like two examples, we can understand why they cannot do a mitzvah, a very important thing. Usually the expectation to be higher, and here we can see why these things that they can do is make them better than others. And to answer to this question, we need to go to different scale, I would say. So usually we think to look about the world about good and bad, and if you're better or you are worse. And this spectrum, this like scale is the scale of the tree of the knowledge, tree of good or bad, etzadat tovara. And this thing, you're right. So you always measure someone if you're better or you are worse. How was your year and all these things. Like what is your grade, I would say. But there is another tree in Gan Eden, the tree of life. The tree of life not ask you what do you do right now, it's what mindset you are. And this is different question. It's like, what do you think right now? Where are your thoughts? From where you get your power? That's the biggest question. Your energy, based on what? And this is something very important, because this priest, the Kohanim, that they are in the temple, and the temple, you can say, is the center of tree of life. It's the center of the spiritual energy that need to base all about life and not about death. life is pure, death is impure. It's not talking about good and bad. Like death could be a big mitzvah of save someone or make a funeral. It's a big mitzvah. It's important, but it's all energy of death, and we want to keep the Kohanim out from this energy. Not because these energies are bad, because we don't want that this energy be part of the source of our life. And maybe it's the same thing about to get married to a widow or for a divorced woman is not because this is bad people. It's because the energy that's based on this marriage, we can't get over it. It's kind of like it's always will be there, part of this broken world. And we try that this broken world not be part of the temple energy. If we want an example for that, when King David wanted to build a temple, so Hashem told him, no, you can't do it. The answer why is because your hands are full with blood. And he can say, this is not my fault. I just lead Israel in the war. People want to kill them. I just saved Israel. I am a hero. And I didn't just kill people for fun. I'm not a murderer. I am a war hero. I need to get awards about it, not to get punishment that I can't build a temple. But Hashem told him, no, the temple is built only by peace, by energy that's not based on fight, blood, and death. And yes, King David, because he was a war hero, his energy, his story is based a lot about kill someone else, about death. If we ask every kid what is the most famous story about King David, he will say that David killed Goliath. And okay, that's a great mitzvah. You're amazing, but you can't build a temple. You need to come with different energy, and I think this can help us to understand why the Kohanim need these two things. Need not to get out of this energy, and maybe because they also need to bless Israel, and they need to be the source of Etz Chaim, of the tree of life. Of course, they need to be moral and behave nice, and unfortunately, many years during the temple times, Kohanim were not always behaved great. However, we can always say that the model, what we're looking for when we pray for a temple, is to be full with energy of tree of life, only based on future, about good life, not based on the broken life about death. And if we think about this way, I think it's going to open a totally mindset in our life. Have a great Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, and hope to see you soon.